Hi everyone, let's talk about some of the materials used in kitchen and bath design. There's lots of different materials that you use in kitchens and baths, including fixtures and fittings, cabinets, appliance finishes, countertop materials, and flooring. We previously have talked about the countertop materials. This week we'll cover the fixtures and the fittings. Let's start with the different materials used in fixtures. Remember that fixtures are all the different types of things that receive water, and this includes kitchen sinks, bathroom lavatories, bathtubs, and toilets. Let's start with cast iron. This is typically used for bathtubs, although there are some sinks that also use cast iron. It's a manufacturing process where molten iron is poured into a sand mold. Cast iron is going to feel cool to the touch and it conducts heat. So your water is going to cool quicker in cast iron than some of the acrylics and plastics. Cast iron is very, very heavy. This limits the tub size that you can specify. They don't come incredibly large, all right? And also, especially if you're going to be on an upper floor, check the support under your cast iron tub. The cast iron fixtures have a thick enameled finish coat on them. This is pretty chip resistant, so they are very durable, and it has a glossy finish. Let's move on to cold formed steel fixtures. This is typically sinks, although also bathtubs. Cold formed steel is a steel sheet that they press into a shape. All right, it's not poured like cast iron is. And it can be enameled or it can be stainless steel. So the enameled coating on these enameled steel fixtures is much thinner than the enameled coating on a cast iron fixture, but it looks very similar, right? But the steel itself underneath is flexible, and so that enameled coating is more susceptible to damage. The enameled steel fixtures are often the least expensive choice, and they're low weight. Stainless steel, very similar to those enameled steel, but no coating. It's going to be slightly more expensive. So keep your eye on the steel gauge. You want a lower gauge, all right, because the higher the gauge number, the thinner the steel, and the more flexible it's going to be. Your 18 gauge will be your more durable, thicker choice. A 22 gauge would be the least expensive, thinner choice. Let's move on to talk about composite materials and solid surfacing materials. These are typically used for sinks and for countertops. Starting with an acrylic or polyester composite, this is kind of a soft material. It has low scratch resistance, so it's not that durable. But it's popular because it comes in many colors and it has a shiny or a glossy finish. The quartz and granite composites are natural stone particles mixed with a binder material. They are extremely durable, all right? So they're very popular for that reason. But they can be tough on your fragile dishes. So because if you knock a dish into this material, your dish is going to chip. They only come in a matte finish. Solid surfacing is a molded polymer surface, and the higher end ones can mimic the appearance of wood, stone, quartz, granite, marble, all right, but they're going to be warmer to the touch because of that polymer material. Talk about warm to the touch. Let's move on to plastics. All plastics are insulators, so they're going to feel warm as opposed to the metals like the cast iron and the stainless steel. So, plastics are used for bathtubs also, and they can be acrylics, fiberglass, or injection molding. There's some other options too, but those are the main ones. Acrylics are going to be a through color option, and therefore they're more resistant to abrasion. Scratches can be repaired with acrylics. Fiberglass is going to be less durable. It has a polyester gel coat finish. All right, so it's not all the way through the same color and material like acrylics are. So that finish can scratch, but also you can repair that. The fiberglass is going to be your least expensive finish for bathtubs. And you really have to keep your eye on the manufacturer because the quality can vary for fiberglass tubs. Finally, injection molding is also an option. In this process, heated plastic is injected into a mold, and it is also a through color option like the acrylics. You can make your fixtures out of ceramic, and there's two major options here. One is fire clay. Fire clay is a compound ceramic material. It is very durable, similar to cast iron, but it's got a deeper color. Right? People like it for this due to the specific glazing process that they use. Compared to cast iron, it is lighter weight and more brilliant white color. However, this ceramic material is porous, and so you can't use it for toilets or urinals. All right, it's not as easily cleaned, but it is more shock resistant than vitreous china, which we're about to talk about. Vitreous china is very brittle, and so if you hit it, it might crack. So let's talk about vitreous china. It is a ceramic with far less moisture absorption than other ceramics. It's non-porous, and therefore it is used for lavatories, but especially for toilets and urinals because it's sanitary. Vitreous china is cast into a mold, fired, and glazed. There are lots of different materials used in kitchens and bathrooms. In this video, we covered some materials used for fixtures. Thanks, everyone.